a world surrounded by ice where survival is an art and every day a test of endurance. This is the Ice Age, a time when giant mammoths, huge beasts of fur and teeth, shared the earth with our ancestors. For tens of thousands of years, prehistoric humans adapted to a planet in the grip of glaciers, building a life in the midst of unrelenting cold. In this epic journey, we will explore their complex daily routines, the spiritual beliefs that sustained them, their ingenious shelters and tools, and the unbreakable bonds that held their communities together. From the brink of extinction to the dawn of humanity, this is the untold saga of life among the mammoths. The Ice Age was no forgiving cradle. It was a frozen crucible that forged human ingenuity. These nomadic tribes roamed vast tundras, their lives dictated by the migrations of megafauna like mammoths, woolly rhinoceroses, and giant elk. Hunting was their lifeline. Armed with spears tipped with razor-sharp flint and atlatls, wooden spear throwers that amplified their strength, they worked in coordinated teams to bring down prey 10 times their size. A single mammoth could feed a clan for weeks, its bones and hides repurposed for shelter and clothing. But survival wasn't just about the hunt. Women processed meat with stone knives, preserving it by drying or smoking over smoky fires. They gathered what little the tundra offered, roots, berries, and lichens, to stave off starvation in lean times. Children learned early, mimicking their parents with miniature tools, while elders shared knowledge of animal tracks and weather patterns. Every member of the tribe had a role in this relentless dance with nature. In a world ruled by ice and unpredictability, Ice Age humans looked beyond the physical to find meaning. Their spirituality was deeply tied to the natural forces they faced daily. The mammoth, a towering symbol of strength and sustenance, likely held a sacred place in their beliefs. Cave art, like the breathtaking galleries of Chauvet and Lascaux, reveals their reverence. Swirling images of animals painted with charcoal and ochre, perhaps as offerings to unseen spirits or to ensure a successful hunt. Small figurines carved from mammoth ivory, women with exaggerated features or animals in mid-stride, suggest rituals tied to fertility and survival. Burial sites tell a deeper story, bodies laid with care, sprinkled with red ochre, and adorned with tools and ornaments. Did they believe in a journey beyond death? Were the stars visible in the crisp, cold skies, guides for their souls? These mysteries, etched in stone and bone, offer a glimpse into the minds of our ancient kin. To survive the Ice Age, humans became architects of their environment. In the treeless steppes, they built shelters from the bones of the very animals they hunted. Mammoth tusks formed sturdy arches, draped with thick hides stitched together with sinew, creating homes that defied the biting winds. Inside, hearths glowed with fire, fueled by bones when wood was scarce, a testament to their resourcefulness. Their tools were equally remarkable. Flint, chipped into precise spear points and scrapers, was the backbone of their technology. The atlatl revolutionized hunting, giving their throws deadly range and power. Bone needles, delicately carved, allowed them to sew tailored clothing, layers of fur that shielded them from sub-zero nights. Each tool was a product of trial, error, and brilliance, passed down through generations as a legacy of survival. Survival in the Ice Age wasn't a solitary endeavor. It was a collective triumph. These early humans lived in tight-knit clans, where cooperation was as vital as any spear or fire. Hunters planned together, relying on trust and shared signals to outsmart their prey. After the kill, the bounty was divided, meat for all, hides for warmth, and bones for tools. Storytelling likely played a key role, with elders weaving tales of past hunts or celestial omens, strengthening tribal identity. Music, too, may have echoed through their camps. Flutes carved from bird bones have been found, hinting at moments of joy amid the cold. Children grew up in this web of support, learning not just skills, but the values of loyalty and resilience that defined their people. The Ice Age was a relentless forge of frost and turmoil, a world where survival hung by a thread. Yet it was in this frozen crucible that humanity carved its first indelible mark. Picture those forgotten pioneers, our ancestors, huddled against biting winds, their lives intertwined with the towering mammoths that roamed the icy plains. Together, they faced the chaos of a shifting world, their courage a quiet flame against the endless cold. With every spear they crafted, every story they whispered around flickering fires, they wove a tapestry of resilience, ingenuity, and unity, a legacy that echoes through the ages. As the glaciers slowly retreated, they left behind more than just scattered bones and sharpened stones. They laid the groundwork for everything we now call civilization. These were not mere survivors. They were the architects of our beginning, their footsteps etched in ice, their voices carried on the wind. This is their story, a tale of endurance and discovery, patiently waiting beneath layers of time for us to unearth. Thank you for stepping with us into this vast, frozen past, a journey that reminds us how the seeds of who we are were planted long ago in the shadow of the mammoths, beneath a sky of endless stars.